So welcome officially to episode number 10 of Thunderous Thursdays. And I hope you all are in sync with me till now on the various topics that I've discussed. So as usual, all my presentations will always begin with thanking the Lord Almighty who's given me much more than what I deserve. And when it comes to finance, of course, there are no words that I can miss when I have to thank my dad. He's the one who has been instrumental in teaching me the clinical part of finance, which I'm sharing with all of you. So this is my brief CV, gives me a little bit of authority of sharing things with you. Of course, my MBA in finance, my dual specialty MBA in finance. So most of you know about it. So today's topic is happy retirement. The definitions have changed now. It is no longer the idle life, which I'll be discussing. And mainly the key topic for today is avoid the 6 key mistakes while planning your retirement. A very touchy topic because most of us are not prepared for it. Trust me, even those who are in their 50s, in their late 40s, they are not prepared for it. They are not prepared for it properly. So my first question to you is, can you survive without your income for a year? If you say no, then how about 6 months or even 3? We all saw that in lockdown 1, exactly 2 years back. We were itching to go back to our clinic after the first 3 weeks. सर पे कफन बांध के कोरोना से लड़ने के लिए हम जाने को तैयार थे because our impending EMIs were due. If your answer is a big no to about 3, 6 or 1 year, then imagine this scenario that a retirement period is not 1 year, 6 months or 3 months. It is usually 15 to 20 years. And I'm just taking the average life expectancy by the World Health Organization into account for this. So that is how long you will have to survive without a steady source of income. A few of us are lucky who are in government job. They'll continue to get pension. But those of us, most of us, I would say, who are not pensioners, who are not into this kind of profession where we have a payback in our old days, golden days, how do you think to survive without a steady source of income? So that is in essence the topic of today. So that is what I said at the start, the definition of retirement, as I showed you those 2 chairs at the beginning. The definition of retirement has changed. पुराने जमाने में लोग बुजुर्ग होते थे ना, उठते थे, जल्दी उठते थे, वॉक पे जाते थे, न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते थे, नाश्ता करते थे, बगीचे में बैठ के चाय पीते थे एंड न्यूज़पेपर खेलते, बीच में सुडोकू खेलते, उनका टाइम पास हो जाता था. कोई बैंक का काम कर रहा है एंड दैट इज हाउ देयर लाइफ वाज. दोपहर को सो गए, थोड़ा देर खाना खाया, सो गए, देन शाम को पार्क में चले गए फ्रेंड्स के साथ एंड द डे वाज ओवर. वापस आके टीवी लगा लिया एंड फाइनली ऑफ टू बेड एट 9:30. That has now changed. We are so busy in our life. Of course, we do take occasional breaks, rejuvenation thing. We keep on taking those things. But now people use that period as the period to fulfill their dreams. They start chasing their dreams, fulfilling their passions in life, which they have been unable to do in their youth, in their prime. So they don't worry. They say, बच्चे अगर हो गए तो हम पैसे हमारे पास हैं, तो we want to go and enjoy our life. But either way, even if you want to go the traditional way, or you want to go you can say the present way, you will need a nest egg to maintain your lifestyle. That is why you need to have a corpus of money. That is why for that, an effective retirement plan is absolutely a must. If you don't plan your retirement well, all these lifestyle will affect you adversely, because then you will be left struggling and you will be left to borrow the money from your kids, which I consider as the most sorrowful thing happening to any one of us in our adult or oldhood, I would say. Not adulthood, but oldhood. So today's economy has actually changed the paradigm of the thought process. The idea of retirement is actually different in today's world. You can say many organizations hire freelance workers for short-term work, even after a lot when you have retired. I remember rather right now, my dad's colleague, a younger one only. If my dad would have been alive today, he would have been close to, you can say 78 or 79. So my dad's friend, about 10 years younger to him, 69 or 70 years old, he's working in a finance company as the in charge. And he's working there since the past 10 years or so. and he's closing on it, and he's physically active, otherwise fine. So he's working as a freelancer. They are hiring people for those kind of jobs. And just a couple of years back before COVID, that actually finance organization had a robbery taking place, and that uncle of mine, my dad's friend, was hit with a bullet in his leg also. Luckily it was not dangerous. He survived and he's fit and fine today. But of course, working can be in such situations, or such people can be a little bit on the health side or on the age side, is slightly, you can say, not very congenial environment for them most of the time. But then he has a very fixed job. He has to punch in his attendance at 9, and he comes back at you can say 7:30 or so. It's a pretty long 10-hour day, including the lunch break, including the traveling time or whatever. It's a pretty long day for a person working at that age. But the only thing, he has lived life like king size throughout his life. He spent a bomb on his kids' weddings, and he's practically left with almost very little corpus. So the kids are now abroad. Both of them are married abroad, a son and a daughter. So now that couple is surviving on whatever little corpus they have, plus the monthly income they are drawing. And I asked him, Uncle, please बुरा मत मानिए, आप पापा के फ्रेंड हैं, आपकी क्या मजबूरी, आप इस एज में जॉब कर रहे हैं? बेटा, पैसे थे लेकिन बच्चों पे लगा दिए. नेवर सेड आई वेस्टेड, ही सेड मैंने बच्चों पे लगा दिए, तो फिर हमने भी तो सरवाइव करना है. हम इतने 30 लाख 20 लाख से 20 साल कैसे सरवाइव करेंगे? So that was his answer. It hurt. It hurt me. And when I asked him, आपका बेटा आपको सपोर्ट नहीं करता है, तो नहीं बेटा, हमें अच्छा नहीं लगता, मुझसे मांग. So even if the son was not giving something, or not obeying, or you can say not supporting their family, the parents didn't say a word. I know that the son was intentionally not supporting him, but he never said a bad word about his son. So he has to work in that age of 70 plus. Not all of us would be lucky in that regard. Some of us may be having, you can say, physical problems, courtesy, or you can say genetics, courtesy our inheritance. Maybe our fathers and forefathers have some problems which are, you can say, transferred on to us. Hypertension is a very common problem. I see youngsters 10 years younger to me playing with me in my cricket club on 2 days a week. They are on that antihypertensives. नहीं भैया, टेंशन हो जाती है तो गोली डॉक्टर ने बोला ले लिया करो, लग गई है गोली. At the age of 32, 33, those guys taking a M card. It really feels strange. हम लोग शायद उस एज में परवाह भी नहीं करते थे, carefree थे. Of course, we also had our responsibilities. I'm talking of 12, 13 years back. That was the peak time of my career, I would say, when I was neck down deep in work. I had small kids, neck down deep in work, having enough of, you can say, all sorts of things attracting me, you can say. In the stress factor never came naturally. Of course, it is the individual personality also, mindset also. But all these mistakes, we know, we need to understand. If you are not saving today, you are going to face the same problems in your oldhood. Not adulthood or later adulthood, oldhood. So we all want to have a happy retirement. But for that, you need to put in some money today. Of course, I've told these things multiple ways, in different languages, different ways. Different languages mean not exactly different languages as such, English, Hindi, Punjabi, Marathi. But in different languages means यहाँ से बताया, यहाँ से बताया, यहाँ से बताया, in different ways and means. But yes, let's put it in a different way together. Let me tell you a few mistakes that need to be avoided to enjoy an uncompromising retirement. Number one is, we are not planning enough. We are not starting early enough. We are so busy. पहले मैं कमा लूं फिर मैं जोड़ लूं, पहले मैं जोड़ लूं, पहले मैं कमा लूं, फिर मैं वहां पे जाऊंगा. आप मेरे को स्कीम बता दो, मैं उसमें डाल दूंगा चुपचाप पैसे. जिस दिन मार्केट गिर के बताना, मैं सारे के सारे पैसे इकट्ठे डाल दूंगा. There is no discipline involved in that, and that tomorrow never comes. मैं अपने फ्रेंड्स को बहुत बारी बोलता होता हूं, अगर 1 Jan को, न्यू ईयर को, जिसको हम मैक्सिमम रेजोल्यूशन बनाते हैं ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, 1 Jan में विंटर सीजन ना होता तो लोगों के बहुत सारे रेजोल्यूशन पूरे हो जाते. And my friend, or rather a mentor, I would say, used to say nahi pure hote. It depends upon personality, not the weather. Then still cold weather plays a role. आपको ठंड लग रही है, सुबह उठने का मन नहीं कर रहा, it is the peakest the Christmas to Lodi period is the coldest you can say peakest season of weather in winter in North India. Is it North India में winter है, बाकी country में तो winter नहीं है इतनी ज्यादा. So why are their goals not fulfilled? What is the reason for their goals not being fulfilled? So this is human nature. Procrastination will strike them. So people wait for the right time, and that right time never comes. And people don't want to retire early. जल्दी रिटायर हो गए तो फिर ज्यादा देर तक वेले बैठना पड़ेगा, ज्यादा देर तक खाली बैठना पड़ेगा, पैसा ज्यादा चाहिए. तो start early. Most people start thinking about it in late 30s or 40s. Some of my friends in my previous episodes, I've given an example of a very good friend who's almost 50 plus, or 51 rather, I would say. But he hasn't thought about it even yet. He's still paying back his loans. He said, I have a zero. If you remember, I've mentioned it in episode number 6 or 5th or 6th. He said, I have zero. Zero, not zero, but a ZERO, a big zero. The home loan, ye loan, wo loan, all the things. We all will have something or the other coming up. Every one of us has another one milestone or another milestone coming up every now and then. But it is onto us that what we want from life. If we don't want to plan for our future, nobody else will. So plan an early retirement. It is a safe and secure option in the long run. But for that, you have to start early. Start early in your planning for retirement also. Start early in your day also. So once you start early, it will offer you a great peace of mind. Yes, कम से कम इतना तो हमारे पास total on the board है. जैसे वो क्रिकेट लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं ना, total on the board is there. इतने तो मेरे किट्टी में है, इतने तो मेरे कॉर्पस में है. This is the way. Then you can still say now that money is growing, whether I put it in or not. Or maybe my current responsibilities don't allow me to put in much. But my early life, I didn't have much of responsibilities. I could put in more. I can understand today's families, most of them are nuclear families. But you still have to find a way out. You still have to find a way out. If you don't do today, you will keep on working all your life and end up being an average, you can say, जिंदगी जीने के लिए होती है, जिंदगी काटने के लिए नहीं होती. But that is what we need to all understand. Yes, staying busy is a good thing. It is not a bad thing. But staying busy because there is a responsibility impending, there is an impending kharcha coming up, there is something urgent coming up, there is a EMI to be paid, for that you're working. That is not actually proper working, I would say. So all of us should prepare for our retirement, which is just ahead sometimes. So the second is we ignore the inflation rate. लोग सोचते हैं जो आज डेट में 3 करोड़ इकट्ठा हो गया, 40 के आसपास हैं हम, 3 करोड़ हो गया इकट्ठा, बहुत है. You forget, inflation will eat up into that money, and that 3 crores will become at a much lesser value in 20 years time. And also it is one of the biggest risks to your financial or your retirement goal as well. It cuts down and eats into your corpus. 1,000 rupees in 2010 is now valued at 690 rupees. Or almost 700, you can say. It has gone down so much. Maybe in another 10 years, from 2020 to 2030, the 1,000 in 2020 would be valued at maybe at 500 in 2030. You never know. It can increase or decrease. But that is the bare minimum we can think of. So if you don't fall into the high income retiree, means the government job or the pensioner category, that means even your basic essentials are going to be affected. And trust me, food is not the most important thing that you take in oldhood. You take a lot of medicines also in your oldhood. I'm using that word specially, oldhood, not the adulthood, but the oldhood. लोग कहते हैं दवाइयां ज्यादा खाते हैं. मेरे को पेशेंट्स आके बोलते हैं, जितनी मैं दिन में रोटी खाता हूं उससे ज्यादा मैं दवाइयां खाता हूं. क्या करे बेटा, जब तुम बुजुर्ग हो जाओगे ना तब तुम समझोगे. And in hearts of hearts, we always keep praying, भगवान मुझे जो मर्जी कर देना, मुझे बुढ़ा मत करना. But this is a fact of life. All of us will have to face that thing one day. It can be good, of course. If your physical health lifestyle is good, it can stay good also. But that staying good, or you not working because of your health or working because of your good health, is something else. But you choosing your own terms and conditions is one thing else. This topic today is for that purpose, to not make those mistakes for financial purpose, not your lifestyle as such. So always choose investments and plans that keep pace with inflation, and always try to offset that. Always plan for that inflation aspect, because retirement is all about enjoying those times as well. Then living life too large. I just mentioned the example of my dad's 10-year younger colleague. So it is always better to start saving from a young age as well, because then you have enough time to plan and save, especially if you are in a joint family where your parents are supporting you, at least for the, you can say, the roof on your head and the meal in your plate. If those two things are being helped by your by your parents, trust me, if your spouse is also working, one of you can direct your total income towards your, if both of you are earning decently good enough, one of you can totally divert your total income towards your retirement plan. That is a big thing. If you can do that, earning good, and do that for 10 years, that is very, most of the time, good enough. Don't take out that money. Of course, that money should keep on growing. And of course, keep on investing also after that also. It does not mean you stop it, but I'm just telling you a big plan that where you can actually give it a more push in your young days. It might seem difficult to many of us, but again, कुछ ना कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. रिटायरमेंट में भीख तो मांगनी नहीं है, किसी से मांगना तो है नहीं है, या फिर वो गुजारे वाली जिंदगी तो जीनी नहीं है. अगर लाइफ अच्छे से जीनी है इन रिटायरमेंट, तो you have to think for that today. I know many people would be detractors to this theory and they will say आज में जियो, कल किसने देखा है. वो कल जब आएगा तब तो देखना ही पड़ेगा. सोच के तो आए नहीं हो कि 40-45 पे ऊपर चले जाना दुनिया से. सोच के तो everybody says मैं जाऊं, मैं बच्चे देखूं, बच्चों के बच्चे देखूं, and whatever dreams that you have. But cutting down a bit of your expenses so that some good portion of your income goes into saving and planning for any mishap, for any misadventure in life, even that is needed for that. Because you need to remember, you will have to stop working someday. You will have to stop. You may not be allowed to work, courtesy of physical health, courtesy whatever reasons. Remember that. And for that, you need a retirement plan. If you don't have a retirement plan, time is ticking by. And there is no control Z in life. For those of you who know what is control Z, if you are using your computer, control Z is a function in computer where you type a thing and you type control Z, and that is undone or undo. Control Z is for undo in the computer. There is no control Z in life. We all want to go back to our childhood. We all want to go back to our college life, which was a dream life. But we never want to live our current life, many of us, because it is painful. सुबह उठो, काम पे जाओ, शाम को आओ, हाय राम, कैसी जिंदगी जीते हैं हम लोग. But that is the way. हंस के जियो, रो के जियो, जीनी तो पड़ेगी. अगली इससे ज्यादा मुश्किल है. अगर आज में रो रहे हो तो कल और रोओगे. आज में कम से कम पैसे तो आ रहे हैं, कल को तो पैसे भी नहीं होंगे. If you have not saved, of course, that is the theory. So remember that thing very clearly. Then the fourth one is constant updating of your retirement plan. Keep track of your numbers and metrics. You can say, like the weather, the world also we live in is very unpredictable. आज कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट टैक्स फ्री है, कल को वो टैक्सेबल हो जाए. आज आपका प्लान ऐसा है, कल को वो डिरेल हो जाए. So days which might seem sunny, there is always chance that they may become rainy someday. Mutual funds जो होते थे ना, equity mutual funds used to be tax free till January 2018. Then till then, Mr. Arun Jaitley, the late finance minister, late Mr. Arun Jaitley, it dawned upon him कि सारी दुनिया म्यूचुअल फंड में जा रही है, लगाओ LTCG इन पे. So he applied the grandfathering concept, and after 2018, everything bought was 10% tax. Of course, still he allowed a window of 1 lakh of tax gains, not the total sum, but the tax gains part. But these were the, you can say, tax free investments. You never know, कल को PPF पे भी टैक्स लग जाए, कल को NPS पे भी लग जाए, you never know. The government needs money. Till 5% of people keep paying tax, government will keep on finding avenues for taxing us. And for those of you who you can say have a debate on this, कि सर 5% लोग इनकम टैक्स देते हैं लेकिन जीएसटी तो सारा इंडिया देता है, एक भिखारी जो भीख मांगता है मंदिर के बाहर, वो भीख के पैसे से जाके बिस्कुट खरीदता है पार्ले जी का, उसमें भी वो भिखारी भी जीएसटी दे रहा है. Fair enough, agreed. If you have watched my budget review, if you have not watched my budget review, watch that. The total contribution of direct and indirect taxes to the center is almost 50-50, especially if you see the budget 2022. So don't underestimate the, you can say, power of calculations of direct tax. तो डायरेक्ट टैक्स अगर ज्यादा लोग दे देंगे ना, तो जीएसटी अपने आप कुछ ना कुछ चीजों पे कम हो जाएगा, या हमारे देश की थोड़ी तरक्की हो जाएगी. बट दैट माइंडसेट डज नॉट लेट अस ग्रो. सो डोंट डिबेट कि जी जीएसटी तो सारा इंडिया देता है, भिखारी भी देता है. सॉरी, आई डोंट बाय दैट आर्गुमेंट. डायरेक्ट टैक्स एंड इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स आर इक्वल contribution wise to the center. Do watch my video on budget review. I've given the numbers over there very clearly, and those numbers are by the Finance Ministry of India, not by me. So always have, as I said, misadventures can happen anytime. So you need to have a backup umbrella also. Keep checking, keep tracking. You can say you always have to change your plan sometime midway, because any kind of crisis, any kind of catastrophic can strike you. And the retirement must be just ahead only. Then the fifth mistake, second last mistake, is not choosing the right government and private schemes. So we all want to, you can say, save, but we want to have a good amount for our old age. And then we have a bucket list also, a big one. मुझे यहाँ जाना है, मुझे यहाँ जाना है, मुझे ये करना है, मुझे बंजी जंपिंग करनी है, मुझे स्काई डाइविंग करनी है, मुझे स्कूबा डाइविंग करनी है, मुझे पेरिस का आईफल टावर के ऊपर चढ़ना है. whatever examples they know, don't take them seriously, but this is the way people want to fulfill all their things, and all these things will be going to cost you a pound. They're not going to come cheap. So people always run behind the shortcuts. डिसिप्लिन इन्वेस्टमेंट कोई करता रहे तो डिसिप्लिन इन्वेस्टमेंट से ही इतना कॉर्पस बन जाता है. आई गिव एन एग्जांपल इन द प्रीवियस सेशन इटसेल्फ अबाउट द म्यूचुअल फंड, कि अगर आप सिर्फ 5,000 भी कर रहे हैं पर मंथ, वो कितना अमाउंट बना सकता है आपके लिए इन 30 years. सिर्फ 5,000 पर मंथ. ऑफ कोर्स आई डोंट बिलीव दैट समबडी इज डूइंग 5,000 per month literally, but even a 5,000 has the potential to turn that amount into 1.77 crores in 30 years at 12% investment. Sorry. So you need to understand that part. The power of compounding kicks in once you give the money the longer time. In finance, the time is your most valuable asset. If you lose it, even the double the amount of money cannot fulfill for that lost time sometimes, unless the contribution is really big. So prices are increasing day by day. As I said, you never know what kind of inflation we are going to have. So always have a mixed portion of your NPS, even if you have the APY, Atal Pension Yojana, or your National Social Assistance Program, or PPF, or other things which are the government, you can say, securities offering you triple E as of now. Yes, there are other classes like mutual funds, real estate, fixed income securities. They will also keep on contributing to that. But that is where you need to have MSI, multiple streams of income. Never rely कि मेरा तो PPM में पड़ा 50 लाख, वो बहुत है. 50 lakhs 20 years down the line, if you are 40 today, is not going to be enough. Trust me. और लोग आज भी जीते, पीपीएफ इतना देर लॉक इन होता है यार, कौन रखे पैसे उसमें, उसकी भी वैल्यू को अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हैं. And the result is, of course, no retirement plan. Then the last mistake, health is wealth. I mentioned about it. It has an indirect or a direct effect both. Our lifestyle is not very, very healthy these days. स्विगी जोमेटो ने और बर्बाद कर दी. शुक्र है ओवर ईट्स बंद हो गया, लेकिन दो अभी भी. इन दोनों ने लाइफ वैसी बर्बाद की हुई है. आज दिल नहीं कर रहा कुकिंग का, आज कुछ अच्छा सा मंगाते हैं. is the most common word used after 8 p.m. in most of the households. आज कुछ अच्छा खाने का दिल कर रहा है. If you just calculate how many times have you actually ordered in a month, you will be surprised. And that amount totaled in a month would be sometimes very, very huge. Very, very huge. Enough to, you can say, I'm not saying don't enjoy life. That's okay. But ordering every alternate day is deteriorating your life also, eating up into your planned summers. Plus, रही सही कसर कोविड जैसे चाइना जैसे लोग पूरी कर देते हैं. बाकी नई नई बीमारियां तो है ही. The healthcare is getting expensive. It took a COVID for people to realize what health insurance actually means. Isn't it a pity? COVID आया तो पता लगा कि health insurance क्या है. So the retirement is just around the corner. You need to understand pretty much similar way. So the carry home gyan for today is invest on good health schemes and plans and make sure that they don't burn up your retirement savings. Because a good health insurance policy will make sure that you take care of your health problems via that policy and not dip into your retirement corpus. So if you have worked hard through your life, you deserve a worry-free retirement. So avoid these 6 mistakes, which I've given you along with the example of my dad's younger colleague, his friend. And for that, I can only wish you happy retirement. So all of you, if you can avoid these mistakes, you surely can go on the path to have a happy retirement. So thank you so much for being so much patient with me in today's session. So as I said, I am running groups. I'm not notifying intentionally these days about the live sessions. I don't forget things easily, but I'm not deliberately doing it. So if you want to be added in these ad-free groups, do send me a message. The 6th group is on. After that, there'll be no additions. So this is my YouTube channel. The video next day goes on YouTube as well. If you missed the live, the video is there on YouTube as well. Again, I've stopped notifying intentionally since the last week about the video as well. I just want to see how many actually hit the channel or actually hit, you can say, the like button or see the like button and see what exactly is happening. So this is my social media presence by my name only, Dr. Bhavdeep. Clubhouse, Instagram, Facebook, they all have the same IDs. So do send me your feedback wherever you're watching on the page or on the YouTube, wherever you're watching. Bookers and Bookbag both would be welcome in equal measure. So thank you so much. And I stop my share for questions or acknowledging the visitors on my FB page where this session is happening. Thank you so much. Okay. Hello, Dr. Ramchandra sir. Sir, you are always very regular and always the first one to join. Thank you. Hi, Dr. Rajat. Thank you for watching. Hi, Dr. Alok. Thank you for watching. Hi, Dr. Vandana. Hi, Dr. Geetika. Hi, Dr. Manu. Thank you for watching it every time. Hi, Dr. SP Singh, sir. Hi, Akshay. Hi, Rajesh Sangrani, sir. Hi, Ale. Hello, Vinita ma'am. Hello, Dr. Vrinda. Thanks for being regular visitors on my page. So any questions, if there are any, I'll be happy to take them. So I'm here for 2 minutes and then we'll break. Any questions if you have, please feel free to voice them. Okay. So there are no questions. So let's meet on next Monday for episode number 11 of Miraculous Mondays. And I'll see you live on 14th of March. Don't forget to pay your installment of advance tax, which is due on or before 15th of March. I'll discuss more on this in the Monday session as well. Of course, that is the amendment session. I'll discuss that shortly. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.